Many thanks for staying with us. Let's now tell you about the International Day for Persons Living with Disabilities. Now, the PLWD in Borno State have called for inclusion in governance and economic empowerment. And these persons with disability in Borno State have joined forces to advocate for inclusion in governance and to see support be increased to them in that regard. These formed part of the concerns of the thousands of them as the Borno State government joined them in the marking of the International Day for Persons Living with Disabilities. News Central's Umar Kirawa completes the report.
Nigeria's Borno State has over 25,000 persons living with disability. The number is compounded by the over a decade-long Boko Haram insurgency, as some are victims of mine, bomb explosions, among others. Gathered here are members of the persons living with disability community in the state. This provided them with a platform to share their stories and experiences, showcasing their resilience and determination.
Disability is not the issue for the government alone. Individuals too. It's a responsibility for everyone. We want the government to know that it is high time, in Borno State in particular, to have a commission for persons with disability.
Wannan commission ne shine kadai wanda idan aka ta hannu za mu san cewa mun ji dadi kuma muna godewa mai girma gwamnatin jihar Borno akalla mutum kimanin mutum 1900 na nakasassu suna daukar naira 15,500 a wata.
We want the government to help us with scholarship and inclusive and non-discrimination.
They called on the Borno State government to increase support for disability inclusive policies and infrastructure. Many emphasized the need for improved accessibility, inclusive education, healthcare services, and employment opportunities.
In addition to what the government has been doing, they need so, and we've taken note of all their requests, and we're going to forward it to our able governor.
His Excellency just assumed his second tenure a couple of months ago. And if you remember at his inaugural speech, he said the narratives will change. Every sector of governance will be affected. And I want to believe people living with disabilities are a sector of the government that he was referring to.
Government has taken the people with disability into consideration in all its policy action. However, this is work in progress. We still have a lot to do, for instance, in terms of formatting our buildings and facilities to be disability friendly. This is something that the government has to work on. Also, institutionalization, institutional establishment of institutions for people with disability is also something that they tabled. But at the moment, disability issues are handled under the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development. So we are doing a lot, but a lot more needs to be done.
Various speakers, including disability rights activists, voiced their concerns and demands. They highlighted the importance of combating stigma and discrimination against persons with disabilities and emphasized the potential they possess to contribute to society if provided with equal opportunities.
Gwamnati ta saurari irin wayannan abubuwan aka je in asibiti ne ma akwai mai interpreter da wanda yake tsaye yana bayani din nan, in a makarantu ne ma akwai su, ko mota sabin nan in ka je yanzu ya za ka nemi canjin ka in wanda yake magana baya ji. Ya kamata kaɗan dai insha Allah za mu iso wannan wajen.
The hope now for the persons living with disability in Borno State is to see to the establishment of an agency or commission on disability for full-fledged inclusion in governance in the state. Umar Kirawa, reporting for News Central TV, Maiduguri.